All right, everybody, welcome to Grandpa Gamer Plays Satisfactory. We're going to be starting in the Northern Forest, my favorite spot. We're going to be setting up our main base and our headquarters for Grandpa Gamer Industries. In this spot right here, it has 6 iron nodes, pure. It has a lot of limestone, 1 pure copper. It has crystals right over there. It has a couple of deuterium pretty close. It has coal close. Fuel is not very far away either. So we'll be able to set up quite a base here. We're going to start off with this pure limestone node here. We are going to lay down a miner. A constructor. Oops. Come on. There we go. All right, let's fix this real quick. All right. Crafting bench. Get rid of all this. Crafting bench there. Equipment workshop there. Man will go in the middle. Production. This is actually going to be page 3. Miner. Smelter. Constructor. Power. Power is page 2. Okay. Logistics. 3, 4. And okay. Organization. That goes here and here. Try and keep our belts to a minimum. Right here at the beginning. All right. Gonna lay down our hub here. The idea for the hub is to make sure it's, I want to make sure it's somewhere I can get in on both sides. Let's bring it a little more this way, right here. Okay, that's good. I don't want to have to jump into the hub. This gives us 40 megawatts between the two of these, which lets us run a miner, constructor here, a miner and smelter, a miner and smelter and a constructor for rods, and a miner and smelter for the copper over here. That'll be a good start. We're going to try and rush coal power if we can. And then we'll redo everything. Once we have that set up. Okay. So let's get this one going. And you're in the way. Can you move, please, sir? Thank you. Rods, iron ingots. I forgot to set this up. I do this every single time. There's always one I forget. At least. I bet you I didn't do this one either over here. Copper ingots. Alright, let's get our power set up. This one right here, middle. Bring this up here. Here and here. Okay. Should be 40 megawatts. Yep. That is exactly 40 megawatts. We're just going to use this to get started here. So let's get some biomass built up. Going to build a quick 400 megawatt or 400 of biomass. Throw that in there, everything will start. Of course, it's gonna say no first. All right, everything's running. All right, now we're gonna go grab some hard drives and products. So let's dump some stuff here first before we go running off here. All right, dump this. Just dump everything. Gonna hit a couple hard drives here. There's 2 out in this direction. Slow going until we get our Blade Runners. Grab these right here.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized is compatible with the human digestive system by fixing, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Store this potential resource for later use.
Get us a Mercer sphere right here.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal and will require study to determine local application. Store it for later use.
All right, so we got a Mercer sphere. Right over here will be our first power slug. We need 3 of them to unlock overclocking, which we will need for our first coal power plant.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fixit production line efficiency. Store this potential resource for later use.
Oh, one more. Oops. You're going too far. Hold on a second. Figure out where I'm at here. That's, yeah. Oh, there we go. This should be it. And it's not. All right, just a second. Looks like I have disorientated myself. There we go. No. This is the old starting base. All right. Thought it was right to the left of this. Is it to the right? Oh yeah, okay. Other way. Wow. All right. There's that. Right here. Here. Okay. Had a huge brain fart there. This is our first hard drive site. Oop. Okay. We also need reinforced iron plates and rotors. So we're going to need to unlock our coal power. I think we've probably gathered enough leaves. Yep. So we're going to turn off auto. Kind of an ugly start there when I got lost, but that's right. Stuff happens. That was underground. Come up this way. Around here, through here. Right over here is our second slug. Hold on for just a second. Okay, continuing on here from where we left off. Coming over here to grab another hard drive. Needs a rotor, but there's rotors right here for you to grab. So basically it's a free hard drive.
Damaged hard drive successfully acquired. All pioneers are contractually obliged to preserve and secure any recovered hard drives for future analysis, which may result in benefits to the Fix-It mission. Speculation as to why there are crashed freighters in your Fix-It designated zone is discouraged as specified in your contract.
I think that's everything from here. Come around this side. What is this one? Coal, we don't need that right now. Up here will be our first summer sloop.
Witness a single strand of the tapestry.
The Summer Sloop was named after Marie Somerville, co-founder of Fix-It and head of its R&D department. There are many theories about the origin of this shape and why this symbol mathematically resembling a Mobius strip has found its way into both human and extraterrestrial culture. Thankfully, you don't need to know any of these theories to be a pioneer. Store it for later use. Fun fact: the planet you are on was found and named during a planet spotting event Marie hosted called Marie's Awesome Scientific Search of the Avant-Garde Exoplanets.
All right, down here, we're gonna get our third power slug. I'm gonna grab whatever concrete we have from here. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to dump some stuff. We've run out of room in our inventory. So drop that. grab the rest of the concrete we had over here. Want to have plenty of the berries so that we can domesticate some lizard doggos whenever possible. Let's go ahead and make some biomass. Top off our generators here. Oh, I'm gonna have to make some more. It's no problem. We can just grab one out of here. And as you can see, we already have our 50 reinforced iron plates and rotors. So all we got to do is get the advanced iron. Parts assembly right here, and we can get our smart plating. So we're gonna run over here. Oops, not here. Over here. Oh, I forgot to set up our storage. Well, that was a mistake on my part. Doesn't do much good to have all this set up if there's no storage. All right. Let's go make sure we got our cable or copper ingots. As much as we can get. All right. $200 cable. Whatever rods. Almost enough screws. So once we get our cable, I think we'll hit 2 more hard drive locations. And I think that'll get us everything else we need. Need 137 screws. And
Milestone
build an
reached. The
assembler. We need
assembler
10
can
more
produce
cable.
more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note: humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler.
Okay.
Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
All right. We want to custom split. Put that in. We need 4 more reinforced iron plates. Okay. We're going to set up the biomass burner. Need more iron plates. Okay. That'll get that going. Now, we also want to get, let's grab 2 of them. I think we should get wire going over there. I need wire and plates. Alright, that's got our wire going. $70 capacity and 44. So I think we should go ahead and get this producing plates. I need a couple more. Couple of those. Okie dokie, everybody. So, we have gone ahead and gotten our space elevator set up. We use this to make our spark plates, and we've sent off our phase 1 smart plates and unlocked our coal power. So now I built up everything we need, and we're going to go set up our first coal power plants so we can get off of the biofuel. So that's going to be our first objective of this playthrough, this part. Then we're going to do our Caterium research, our crystal research, get our blade runners, our parachute. We'll set up our resource sink and get our ladder. So we're set up to do some exploring. Maybe grab some more hard drives. We'll see what we do with that. But first things first, we need automated power. This will just be a starter coal setup. Eventually we'll be moving out over into this area where there's a couple of lakes, a SAM node, and 3 pure coal nodes. And we'll be using that to set up a large coal factory, coal power plant. And that'll take us all the way into deep into our fuel. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with this pure node, but once we have some tier 2 stuff going, we'll come over and use this normal node, and that'll feed the power plant that we're going to build right here. So make sure we have our chainsaw on. Let's just get started here with some foundations, which I haven't added to the... This should be number 5. Okay. Not too worried about this part being on the grid, but yeah, I think we'll take it off the grid. First of all, let's get rid of these. Oops, do I not have it on area?
This fungus-like flora does not seem to show much potential for use. However, its mycelial network is worth further investigation. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Send that all the way across. Now we need... five deep. Yeah, that's gonna be close. Yeah. We'll just run with it this way, take this one out this way. Chop this down. Thank you for getting out of the way. We'll need another layer right here. You're not gonna leave, are you? All right, let's go. If you run away far enough, when you come back, stuff that's in your way of building will sometimes move out of the way once you're out of line of sight. All right, let's see if that was far enough. Appears that it was. Good. That's good. Not that good at that. All right, now we should be able to get our power here. Set these up with our power plants. Okay. Alright, let's see where we got this at. Yeah, halfway is fine. Gives us plenty of room out here. Set that one there.
Interesting, most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point because they understood their responsibility to humanity. Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics. Reminder, coal-powered generators require coal.
Yes, thank you. Let's go ahead and set up our pipe here. We'll go ahead and do it off of this one. So need these. Yes, and then splitters go on this side. And we'll put pipe over here. Yeah, we'll just go there for now. All right. These only need to be level tier 1. Mark 1s. Oh, let's mess that up. Why is that doing that? Usually it stays the same focus, same direction. All right. We don't need one here. Need this one to be a T. Make sure that's clearing the. Yep, plenty of room there. We'll use that one to set up our water extractor. Nope, right here.
That may indeed be water. Try submerging
Okay.
your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you
That's
could
not
just
lined
pipe
up.
it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
There we go. Yes, there we go. All right, so there to there, there to there.
Pipelines can contain any fluid, including the water necessary for coal-powered generators. Note, water does not flow upwards by itself. While
This one
water
can just go
extractors
straight
provide
in.
some lift, to truly defy gravity, consider the use of pipeline pumps.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Forgot I didn't have a walkway back there. You gotta look where you're stepping. Alright, so that'll take care of that one and that one. And we'll stick one right here. Alright. And let's set power over there. Oops. Forgot I don't have my blades yet. And all right, Mark 1 belts because we don't need anything else for this. Miner. Oh, somehow I missed the portable miner. All right, well, we can make that up real quick. Might have stuck it in storage or something. All right, get this set up. You know, we probably could go ahead and get that set up for 4. How much does it take? Some more smart plates. Alright. I think we might do that. Since this will be 120. Oh no, even just 60. Yeah. Alright, we'll leave that the way it is. If we need more power, we'll come down and fix it. So, let's go ahead and set up a couple biomass burners. These will be just to get things started. I think it can hook in there, yep. Go ahead and divide that up. Goes in there for now. Make sure this is running good. We'll have to get that overclocked here pretty soon. So we'll go grab our power slugs and get that overclocked. And that one water extractor, it's not perfectly the most efficient way to do it, but if you take one water extractor, overclock it to 270, you can run, or you can feed 6 coal power plants and use a Mark 1 pipe. So that's how I set up mine. All right, we got 3 of them. Let's do our, what do we got? We got cast screws, that's good. We already have the alternate for, trying to remember. We picked up the, nope, didn't get stitched iron plate. Wire, I think we got, yeah. We got the wire. Iron wire. We're looking for the stitched hard drive or stitched reinforced iron plate. The cast screws. So we're good there. Power slugs. Let's do this research. Get it done. 200
This
screws.
semi-slug, now dubbed power slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, giving it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
Once we get this power up and running, then we're going to start setting up more automation. In fact, when we go back, we'll run power poles all the way back there. All right, that takes care of that. And what do we need for this?
Power
All we need
slugs
is
extract latent
power
energy from their
charge.
surroundings to sustain themselves. By tuning the object scanner to the particular potential energy signature, it is now able to locate them against the background environmental static.
All right.
Overclocking development completed. Power shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed. Underclocking is also possible. Note: power consumption of overclocked buildings increases exponentially.
Okay. All right, let's real quick run a power line down to the coal plant there. Then I'm going to come up here and craft enough stuff to get 3 more coal burners going. We'll set those up and then I'll be back with you when I'm ready to start increasing our production lines. So, be right back with you guys.